Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Anybody that's in here, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anything? Anything? Yeah. I don't know why, but I had to restart my phone. I do not understand what just happened. But hey, I'm back now. And I got to stay on the same stream, so that's good. Yeah, anyways, I don't even know what we were talking about last. I'm kind of frustrated that just happened. I was saying don't worry about the Nets, but the Rockets, yeah, that sounds pretty rough, dude. The fact that you guys just told me they got Victor Oladipo, yeah, you couldn't join because I restarted my phone. Yeah, man, the fact they got Oladipo, that is a big time move because that's a good team. That is a great Harden replacement. All right, great Harden replacement. He's clutch. He wants to win. He's a good teammate. He's loyal. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's real tough. That's rough. Because that's a really good teammate. Ooh, they just picked up a really good. They got rid of a bad batch and got a really good player in return. So that's a good thing. As you can hear my cat complaining because she's in a kennel. Oh man, I'm gonna need gas down the road. I'm gonna suck it up right now, but I'm gonna need some gas. Not too long. I'll say I'll give myself 100 miles and I'm gonna need gas. Okay. We can talk about that. So, let me say your name. I'm sorry. Buppet says he no longer thinks that Lonnie will be a star. But you just think that he's gonna be a good player and he's not necessarily gonna be a star. And what's my thoughts on that? I actually disagree with that. At some point earlier this season, I don't know if you've seen the last couple games, but earlier this season, I was with you because early this season, Lonnie looked no different confidence-wise than he did last season. And I was kind of worried about that. I'm like, dang, so he's not going to really take that next step. But it seems like at least the last couple games, he's looked like the star Lonnie. It's something special. Like I always say this, like with players, especially ones that's going to be great, you're going to see who has the potential to be great. You're going to see snippets of them, and you're going to see sparks where you see it. You know what I mean? Like Lonnie Walker versus the Houston Rockets, I don't think that's just a fluke game. I think that really was a special moment for Lonnie Walker, and I think that showed he has the potential. Just because you have the potential doesn't mean you will be. But I'm going to lean more on the realm of will be based on the Spurs drafting, the Spurs developmental team, and the fact that, you know, if you choose, if whoever the Spurs choose is going to be a player who wants to win and wants to get better. So with all that, I'm going to say that he will be. But he definitely has shown sparks and glimpses of being great, of potentially becoming great. And, you know, I know it's been a short season, but these last couple games, he looked special. He really did. He looked special. He seemed aggressive. He seemed more confident, especially confident in his shot. He's letting it go. He's letting it rip. I think that the only critique I have of Lonnie Walker is bam it sometimes. Like, you're already up there, man. Just go ahead and finish it off. Get a nice little dunk. But hey, I'm not an NBA player, and I'm not Lonnie Walker, and we all know that Lonnie Walker has a history of injuries. And I think at this point, the only thing that can stop Lonnie Walker from being great is injuries. But yeah, man, I understand what you're saying. I don't think that Lonnie Walker is going to be a superstar. Okay, maybe that was my expectation at first. I don't see that happening. But I can't see him being a star. I can see him being a Spurs star. You know what I mean? Like, even we were talking about Monta Ginobili earlier and Tony Parker. Like, even though I think those two guys were superstars at some point in their career, I think we'll all agree that most people will see them not necessarily as superstars, would have saw them as Spurs stars. And I think Lonnie Walker will be that. I think he'll be a star for the Spurs, and maybe not necessarily on the pedestal of Tim Duncan or LeBron or Kobe or Shaq, players like that. Like, I don't see him, or KD, I don't see that. But I can see him being a Spurs star for sure. Oladipo to Rockets is kind of nice. It is, bro, but it ain't nice for us. I did not want the Rockets to get that much better. That is a huge upgrade from James Harden. And that's real talk. That's a huge upgrade from James Harden. The fact that now they have a team full of guys that kind of want to be there. It seems like John Wall doesn't have a problem. They are probably ecstatic the fact that James Harden left. And what's really going to be interesting is to watch the Nets, because that is going to blow up. You hear me? It is going to blow up. The Nets are going to blow up. It's going to be a catastrophe. It's going to be catastrophic. It is going to be terrible. It is going to blow up. It is going to blow up. That is not going to work. It's not going to work. Yeah, that team is just a volcano ready. Terrible. You got Kyrie, where you never know what he's thinking or what he's about to do, or what, if it's going to be about basketball or is it be about something else. You never know what's going on with Kyrie. KD, you can always trust him, but he's not a vocal leader. He's not going to be vocal about his issues with the team. And then you have freaking James Harden, who's just kind of lazy. And then you top all that with the fact that all three of those guys are ball dominant players. But the only hope I have for the Nets that would work is the fact that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving have already won a championship. So, they know what it takes to win the championship. But, that didn't mean much when Kyrie went to the Boston Celtics, which was already also a good team. So, it didn't mean much there. But, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some friction there, especially if James Harden starts thinking that he needs to run the show. But this would mean that James Harden has had a reunion with Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant's a much better player than Westbrook, but I don't think it's going to be enough to bring him over the top. But we'll see. The Nets, look, they saw the opportunity. The Nets have been the Nets for a long time. The Nets haven't done anything, in a long time. So they probably just saw it as we got this opportunity, let's take it, And a lot of teams got to think like that. It sucks, but a lot of teams got to think like that. But I don't see that as a super team. On paper, I think it is, but mentality-wise, I don't know if it's. I'm lying. It's definitely a super team. You got big three superstars. All three of them are superstars on a team. I just don't think it's gonna work. I just don't see it working out. Yeah, we didn't take over the division this year. The Houston Rockets aren't going to be great this year by any means. But it's wide open, dude. Like, it's wide open. I'm not afraid of the West. I don't think the West is that scary, to be honest with you. I don't think the West is that bad. It's wide open. Wide open. But it was wide open last season, but a lot of times we were kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. But this squad this year looks really good. By the way, if you haven't already, like this video, and on top of it, join the group chat, links below. Right now we got 950 something people, so go join that. But that's besides the point. What was I gonna say? Oh, I know what I was gonna say. DeJounte. I want to talk about DeJounte. DeJounte Murray has played, and that's where I say, like, I don't care about stats. I really don't. So I have to say this. DeJounte Murray has played the best brand of basketball he has played throughout his entire career over the last few games. I would say over the last, like, 2 games, couple games, 3 games. I mean, same as Lonnie, too. But it seems like, finally, DeJounte is comfortable. He's finding his spots on the floor efficiently. He's being a pretty good facilitator. And then on top of it, at the end of the games, he knows when to pick his poison. It seems like he kind of holds off just a little bit and shoots when they need him. Especially right now in this day and time, not Derek White. It's exactly what we need. It's a very Tony Parker-like role. Tony Parker, he can score all game long, but it was times where he would just be a facilitator, take a back seat, facilitate the offense, play the right way, and then pick his poison. And that's exactly what DeJounte has to be, because DeJounte Murray is not going to be a guy that's going to average 20-plus points for you. He's just not it. That's not him. It's not going to work. He's not that guy. But what he can do is he can be a killer on both ends of the court, reserve some of his energy for if we need him in the fourth, and he can come alive, later in games if we need him. I think that's the type of player DeJounte Murray is going to be, and that's the best version of DeJounte Murray right now. So I am 100% happy with DeJounte. I think right now, as it stands, the last couple games at least, he has played the best brand of basketball he has played throughout his entire career. And that's not statistic-wise. I know people will say, what about the triple-double? What about all the double-doubles he's got? This last 14 and 7 game, I think it was 14.7 assists. Best game I've seen from DeJounte ever. Best game I've seen from him ever. He was so efficient. So efficient. So, yeah, just want to give some praise to DeJounte. And I know some people still believe that I hate him, which is not true. But definitely want to give some praise to my boy. I missed the last 2 games, but even before, I was impressed with Murray. Oh, you know what? That explains your comment about Lonnie, because you said that you felt like Lonnie Walker, is just a good player, not a star, or can't be a star. Actually, the last couple games, he's had his best games, or at least his best back-to-back games throughout the season. Even a couple games ago, he even had the LeBron James eyes going on, like they're real focused eyes, like it's like a meme at this point. But the James Harden, or not James Harden, LeBron James, Miami Heat look, he had that look. DJ for Kyrie, no, and Kyrie is far. So Kyrie, in my opinion, could be if he played and just not been so strange sometimes. He could be the best point guard in the league. I love Kyrie, the way he played. Kyrie's an awesome player, but yeah, that's not I wouldn't trade DJ for Kyrie unless I saw something different from Kyrie. I wouldn't trade. I would much rather have a guy like DJ right now, how this team is structured, than a Kyrie Irving. Like, Kyrie is just I don't know. This is one of those occasions where I wouldn't care about the talent. But I definitely wouldn't do it with James, though. If you were saying James Harden, I wouldn't trade anybody for James Harden. Kyrie, you can make an argument. If you want really, I know it's a joke comment, by the way. Like, I'm not taking it serious, but I'm just saying, like, you can make a legitimate argument for wanting Kyrie over any of our point guards, whether it be DJ, Derek White, even Patty. That's fine. champion, one of the biggest shots in NBA history, phenomenal talent. Like, it all makes sense. But I couldn't do it with like somebody like James Harden. I just couldn't do it. It wouldn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't trade. And I know this is crazy. People be like, what? But I couldn't trade LaMarcus Aldridge for James Harden. I wouldn't want him. I'd much rather have LaMarcus Aldridge. I can at least trust him. I couldn't trust James Harden. Too much of a diva. Too much ego. I couldn't deal with it. As a fan, I would get tired. Trey Lyles kind of bad. That's Tony Lee. See, that's another thing. Okay, so maybe you guys didn't catch the last couple games. Trey Lyles has played well the last couple. Last game, statistic-wise, you're not seeing it, okay? Statistic-wise, it ain't like he's, blowing anybody off the court, but he's playing well. Like, he's playing good defense. He's being a little more physical, taking good shots, picking his shots a little bit better. I think he's been pretty good, and he's really threatening Rudy Gay's minutes. He really is. So I think Trey Lyles has been great. Or not great, but really good last couple games. Anything I expected from him, he's done the last couple games. I guess the last couple games have been a big shift for a lot of players. When I think about it, it's been a big shift. But yeah. Trey Lyles is fine. He's fine. Wait, what? All the dolphins are dead. Oh no, not the whales. I don't get it. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't get it. I don't know what that means. All the dolphins are, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't think I was supposed to get it. Whew. What you guys want to talk about? Want to talk about NFL? Yeah, hey, how do you feel about, I know there's some Cowboys fans in here. How do you feel about the Cowboys getting Dan Quinn at defensive coordinator? Because me personally, I can care less. I'm so tired of the Cowboys. I hate them with every ounce of my being. I love my Cowboys and I hate them. And you know what's funny? I actually hate Cowboys fans. I'm a Cowboy fan and I hate Cowboys fans. I like Rudy as a vet that scores though. Rudy's been fine though. I mean, Rudy Gay is getting his minutes. He's still getting his minutes. But yeah, but when it comes to the Cowboys, I can care less. I don't like their fans either. We have the worst fans, and it's not fans as in like super well, no, they can't be disloyal, but like I haven't seen so many fans come out and say Dak doesn't deserve a contract. What else have they said? Like saying that we're gonna go to a Super Bowl when it's like blatantly obvious that we're not ready to go to one. Ready to fire the coach after one season. It's just like, bro, the worst fans ever. Overly emotional with stuff. Over reactionary. I don't know, man. I don't know. Woo! I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off because I'm gonna have to pull over soon and get more gas anyway. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I appreciate everybody coming through. Man, my stomach's bothering me. I appreciate everybody coming through. If you could, give it a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and as well as join the group chat. All right, join the Spurs group chat. Links below. Bub it. You join it. You super. I don't know if you joined it already, but you're super active. So join the group chat. Like I said, link below. I think I got it listed as Flick group chat. I think that's how I got it listed. So join it. Got giveaways going on in there. You can do predictions. You can take part in quizzes. There's a lot of quizzes that the moderators put up and I can put up too. Polls, stuff like that. So go join it. You won't regret it. Right now you're probably thinking, well, you know, it's just a normal Spurs or group chat like Reddit or freaking Instagram, but it's not like that. It's like totally different. So join it. You're gonna love it. Trust me. Best Spurs group chat around. So I'm about to go and get off. I'll get with you guys later. Until next time.